According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Have you seen Caitlin Clark's recent actions? She did more than just sign a contract. She modified the endorsement guidelines. Not only is Clark's new $13 billion collaboration noteworthy, but it is also groundbreaking. However, as Clark makes important changes at this point, things start to get extremely interesting. You won't believe the reactions of some WNBA players to this potentially game-changing agreement. As we explore the drama, including A.A. Wilson's answer that is adding women's basketball. Stay tuned.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny? And then
Wilson and Hy-Vee have collaborated to produce bright purple and yellow Caitlin Clark basketballs. The Dreamer and Tribute editions are the perfect gift for fans because they will arrive in time for the holidays. Everyone is talking about this creative partnership and the captivating ads.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling.
This $13 billion partnership demonstrates Wilson's talent spotting abilities. Nike, however, made a mistake. Wilson's early recognition of Caitlin Clark's potential was a bold and revolutionary move. Let's revisit the occasion when Wilson signed Clark. It was a wise decision.
Just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature bags.
Caitlin Clark is a game share that Wilson acquired. By doing something they had only ever done once with Michael Jordan himself, they took a significant risk. Everyone was talking about the agreement on social media as soon as it was announced. Wilson had recently revolutionized women's athletics.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40 years."
Clark's first basketball game was then made available. After that, it sold out in a few minutes, which meant that tens of thousands of basketballs were quickly gone. It's historic. Caitlin Clark is only the second athlete in history to own a Wilson basketball after Michael Jordan.
At this level, and there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise, and here's what I was talking about too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
But Wilson isn't going to stop there. They intend to show Clark something they have never seen in her before. Her ability to interact with fans and generate revenue, her star power, and her skill on the court. Wilson is betting heavily on Clark, and it's paying off nicely so far.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops, I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing.
What does this dramatic change mean for women's sports? Businesses' attitudes about female athletes, their approaches to marketing to sports fans, and their general admiration for women's sports are all evolving. Clark is changing the game not just on the court, but also in marketing conferences and boardrooms throughout the sports industry.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done
Yeah.
sold out pretty.
This Wilson deal is only the beginning. Wilson and Clark will have a significant passive impact on women's athletics as they prepare to take things to the next level. Are you ready to see what happens next? Caitlin Clark recently made a big move with a $13 billion alliance. Here's the twist, though. She persuaded Wilson and Hy-Vee, the massive supermarket chain in the Midwest, to add women's sports rather than signing a personal contract.
Caitlin Clark lands $13 billion brand collab as WNBA stars bond with Wilson grows deeper, and that's the cool part, man. Shout out to Wilson.
Although a chain of supermarkets may come to mind, this isn't your normal company. Caitlin Clark is the center of attention for this retail powerhouse. They're not just putting her name on a box of cereal, either. Rather, they're creating something entirely unique and intriguing.
A collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time.
The exciting part starts at this point. When Hy launches exclusive limited edition basketballs, guess who's back in the mix? Because of their resemblance to Clark, these basketballs are known as the Tribute Wilson and Clark Dreams basketballs. Wilson and Hay are forming a kind of super team off the court.
And what this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know, they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but you know, it's probably the type of thing.
But what makes this such a big problem? It concerns the implications for future marketing of women's sports. This kind of collaboration is groundbreaking and setting a new standard for how female athletes work with major corporations. Recall that they have supported Caitlin Clark through every step of the way, proving their commitment to her journey from the start. You might remember their contribution to the Caitlin Clark Foundation when she lived in Iowa. Clark is helping to create products that tell her story in addition to signing a contract. According to Wilson, each ball represents a distinct stage of Clark's career, from her time at Iowa to her ascent to WNBA stardom. It makes sense as building a brand is more crucial than advertising. According to Sport Pro, she was the fourth most marketable athlete in the world.
Get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
What implications does this have for the future? Maybe more companies will start taking risks like this, collaborating more imaginatively and funding women's sports more heavily. Who knows? Maybe the next time a female athlete signs a deal, the figures won't surprise us. Rather, we will be waiting for them.
At number 4, Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
Hy-Vee and Wilson are standing by Clark, but what about Nike? This is when things start to become interesting, even though you would think they would be all over this by now. It seems unbelievable that Clark secured a $28 million contract with Nike, but the sports behemoth never contacted the fans, leaving them to wonder where the Clark shoes, shirts, and massive marketing campaign had disappeared to. It's no secret that Clark is so popular. Nike loses out every day in the fast-paced world of sports marketing if they don't take advantage of Clark's star power. Although her jersey sales have soared by 500%, Nike isn't selling, despite the fact that fans are prepared to buy.
While strengthening the partnerships she's already built, from basketballs flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements, CC is at the forefront of athlete.
Insiders in the industry are also perplexed. They contend that rather than putting Clark on the bench, Nike should have put her face on billboards, launched shoe lines, and done other things.
Her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
A recent rumor claims that Nike intends to prioritize AA Wilson's shoes over Caitlin Clark's, but from a marketability perspective, it is not possible. Caitlin Clark is clearly in front of AA Wilson.
Where is Caitlin Clark's shoe? Jersey sales skyrocketed by 500% this season. Where's the shoe, folks? Where?
This is where things start to go haywire when Nike gets involved. Wilson sells out basketballs in a few minutes, while other companies are introducing exclusive products. Nike acknowledges Clark's value, just like everyone else.
Where's the shoe, folks? Where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right, vocal. Of course, why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely ridiculous.
Although Clark is proving that women's sports can bring in a sizable sum of money, it seems like everyone is currently benefiting from this fact, with the exception of Nike. What's wrong? With the biggest name in women's basketball, is Nike making a huge mistake? Or do they have knowledge that we do not?
Reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be.
Could you imagine being in the Nike boardroom at this very moment? Despite having the most attractive basketball player, they aren't taking use of her. It would be comparable to keeping a Ferrari in the garage. However, the tale is not yet complete. Additionally, an envious AA Wilson disclosed a 6-year contract extension with Nike, seemingly in response to Caitlin Clark's incredible new deal. However, the announcement has not been disregarded. Many fans question if this deal can truly compete with Clark's unmatched commercial power, and they assume it's driven by jealousy.
Absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated Caitlin.
Commentary abounds on social media. Some of Wilson's fans are calling his deal a phony one. There is disagreement within the WNBA community over the importance of these collaborations in the developing realm of women's basketball, even though some people are rooting for her. I appreciate you viewing my video.